Most people think they have a strategy. What they actually have is a to-do list, a timeline, a plan. They set revenue targets, hire people, launch campaigns, and believe they're being strategic. But a plan is not a strategy. A strategy isn't about what you're going to do, it's about how you're going to win. And confusing the two is why startups burn out, leaders stay stuck, and teams chase busy work instead of real growth. In this video, I'll show you the difference and how to build a real strategy that moves your business forward. Hi, I'm Tamara, and I help business owners grow their businesses by streamlining processes and operations. And for the past 13 years, the number one mistakes I see, especially with early stage founders, is that they confuse planning with strategic thinking. So today we are going deep. We'll unpack what strategy actually is, how to build one, and why most plans fall apart. By the end, you'll know exactly how to stop spinning your wheels and start executing with clarity. Okay, so let's start here. A plan is tactical. It's the how. It's a map of actions. It's your to-do list with dates. A plan lays out what you're going to do. We'll hit 5 million in revenue. We'll expand to Europe. We'll launch a new product line. A plan answers who is doing what, by when, with what tools. You need a plan, but it's downstream. It comes only after strategy. Strategy answers what are we going to say no to? What's our advantage? What's our leverage? I once worked with a brand that had a beautiful 40 slides deck with growth forecasts, headcount plans, and the marketing calendar. But they couldn't answer one basic question. Why will a customer choose you over a cheaper, faster, better known competitor? They didn't have a strategy. It's just like a wish list. Strategy is about trade-offs. It's uncomfortable, but it's how you avoid wasting years optimizing wrong things. A strategy answers what's the game you're playing and how you're going to win. It's not goals, it's not tactics, it's not a vision board. Strategy is a framework for making decisions. It's about your position in the market, customers' core needs. What exact problem are we solving for them? How do we solve it differently or better than anyone else? Your unfair advantage, the trade-offs you're willing to make. What are we not going to do? Strategy is saying we're going to win here, like this, and we're willing to lose everywhere else. Strategy is about choice, choosing what not to do. It's not about doing more, it's about focusing on what matters. If your strategy doesn't include a sacrifice, it's not a strategy, it's a wish list. An example is, you could be busy 20 hours a day and still be strategically stuck. A founder I once worked with had a 30 people team, multiple channels, decent revenue, but zero clarity on what actually moves the needle. They said yes to everything. TikTok, sure. Wholesale, let's try. Influencers, let's hire more. That's not strategy. That's panic in disguise. And the result is bloated overhead, overworked ops, no clear feedback loop, and stalled growth. Strategy is subtraction. It's focus. It's a restraint. By the way, if this sounds like your business, I do offer one-on-one consulting, but only for founders who are really ready to scale with intention. I only work with a few clients at a time to go deep, fix the operational holes, and build systems that last. If you're ready to stop guessing and start growing, hit the link in the description and book a discovery call. And I know, guys, planning feels productive. We've all been brainwashed into all these agendas, all these productivity tools, and all that kind of stuff. And I don't say they don't help, but the thing is, planning gives the illusion of productivity. It's reactive, it doesn't take courage. Strategy, on the other hand, is uncomfortable. You have to say no to things. You have to stand for something. You might even alienate people who aren't your target. And that's scary because, again, we've all been brainwashed into that scarcity mindset. And most people avoid to alienate people who aren't their target and hide behind the plans. Here are some of the common mistakes that look like strategy but aren't. Number one, we're going to be the best quality and cheapest price. That's not strategy, that's wishful thinking. That's not possible. Compete on quality or price. Rarely you can do both. Our target audience is everyone. No, be specific. If your product speaks to everyone, it connects to no one. We just need more traffic. Traffic without positioning is noise. If your brand isn't memorable, more eyeballs won't help. Make sure CRO is good. There is a bunch. If you're not able to pay a person who will deal with CRO, and it depends how big you are and what's your revenue. It depends on the revenue, actually. There is a bunch of AI tools that can help you. Just like drag and drop and test the site. Just make sure to, like if you're small, make sure you're testing one big thing per time. If you're bigger, then you can test smaller things until you get the data and see what works best. We'll copy what's working for, I don't know, some competitor. If you don't have an edge, you're just the worst version. A bad strategy often starts by solving the wrong problem. Let me give you an example. So, you're missing delivery deadlines, and it's happening for quite some time. So, your first instinct is to hire another logistics person. But maybe the real issue is that your supplier lead time is wildly inconsistent and no one is tracking them. Your team is ignoring the retailer routing guides, racking up chargebacks. If you don't dig deep, you'll keep solving the surface symptoms instead of root causes. This is what I do. I help you audit the business end to end and find the real bottlenecks, not just the visible ones, not just the obvious ones, because they are almost always not the real issue. And also, you cannot build strategy without brutal honesty. And that means facing your weakest links, your cash runway, your actual customer behavior, what's not working even if it used to. Because we all know, we all had those moments in life, in business, when something that worked just stops working. And you just have to find the new solutions. Ask yourself, what business are we really in? What problem are we really solving and for whom? Why would the customer choose us over a competitor? If you cannot answer these questions without buzzwords, you don't have a strategy. And I know planning feels safe. It's about motion. You can check boxes, build dashboards, have meetings, feels productive. Strategy forces you to face constraints. Strategy requires saying no to good ideas. Strategy demands you pick one direction and risk being wrong. And it's not cozy, and that's why founders avoid it. And then they wonder why their team is confused, why the KPIs don't move, why they are burned out but stagnant. Let me show you this in action. A client came to me, revenue was flat, they had 40 SKUs, 4 channels, 4 freelancers, and no bandwidth. Their plan was to post more, launch more, hire more. We stripped it all back, found 5 SKUs that were drying most of the margin. Their best customers were repeat buyers coming from only one channel, and all the rest was noise. So, we built a strategy to focus on those 5 SKUs, invest in retention, not only acquisition, cut other underperforming SKUs and channels, double down on that one channel they had proof of traction. And the result was in 6 months, they had revenue up 40%. That was strategy. And then we made the plan. Simplicity is undervalued and being simple always wins. If you want to go deeper on this kind of insights, I do have free newsletter, The Journal. Every week I send sharp, practical content on operation, leadership, strategy, and all that kind of stuff. No fluff, no recycled LinkedIn advice, just stuff that helps your business run better. You'll find the link in the description. Also about focusing, there is that book, Focus on One Thing. I think that's what it's called. And I think we should all be doing it. I mean, I'm now focused only on YouTube. I don't have anything else. I don't have any other social channel, just YouTube. So let's go into 5 signs that you have a plan but no strategy. You keep switching tools, channels, or offers every few weeks. You're busy but not really sure what's working. Your team asks, why are we doing this? But you're not really sure. You chase trends instead of setting direction. You constantly feel overwhelmed even while being on track. So how to build a strategy that actually works? Here's how I approach it with my clients. So, number 1, define your North Star. What's business really here to do in one sentence? Understand your customer deeply. Forget about personas. Talk to real customers. Talk to real people. What keeps them up at night? What words do they use? What they feel is missing? Do they think, how can you improve your product? Choose your position. You can't win everywhere. Where can you win decisively? Define a leverage. Where do you have an edge? Distribution, IP, audience, ops, pricing, and make the hard choices. What will I say no to? Which products you will kill? Which products will you deprioritize? Then, and only then, you make a plan. You can use these prompts to go deeper. What assumptions am I making that might be false? For example, people wanted this feature, and that's a common mistake. Founders think, and they're making the product more expensive because it's costing them more for the production, because they think something is a crucial feature, and that without it, customers won't be interested in buying it. And it's very often wrong. You need to check with your customers, because you might as well remove the function, leave the same price, and customers will be even happier. Maybe you could reintroduce some other feature which means more to them and they're willing to pay more for it. So check those things. Then, what could kill this business in 6 months? Where are we playing not to lose? And this is my personal favorite. What would I do differently if I could only work 10 hours a week? What would I do differently if I could only work 10 hours a week? Then, what's the one thing we do better than 90% of competitors? If you don't have it, you have to find it or you have to innovate. Real strategy is rooted in reality, not vibes, not hopes, not AI-generated business plans. So next time you're tempted to jump into your Notion or build out your content calendar, pause. Ask yourself, do I have a plan or do I have a strategy? Because without strategy, your plan is just a motion. And in business, motion without strategy is a recipe for burnout. So let's recap. A plan tells you what you will do. A strategy tells you how you will win. Focus beats frenzy. Clarity beats complexity. Execution beats excitement. If this resonated, please leave a comment and let me know which one hit the hardest. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp.